Isafjordur, Iceland, is dwarfed by the gargantuan terraces of sloping mountains around it. As we pulled into the fjord that goes into the main town, the setting is colossal and unbelievable, with plunging mountains and gouged fjords jutting inland, but there's a lively feel to the whole atmosphere.
YoloAdventure, live your dreams, chase the sunsets, follow streams, one life, one chance, come explore. YoloAdventure, there's so much more. Dive in deep, climb up high, touch the stars, reach for the sky.
Isafjordur, Iceland, is dwarfed by the gargantuan terraces of sloping mountains around it. As we pulled into the fjord that goes into the main town, the setting is colossal and unbelievable, with plunging mountains and gouged fjords jutting inland, but there's a lively feel in the town, and an abundance of cafes and restaurants dot the whole area. Built on the waters of a deep natural harbor, it's a seafaring and fishing area that is very, very well known.
And over here we are only producing rainbow trout, but in the different parts of the westfjords we're also producing salmon. So those are the main two. It's totally fine, I get it. Sometimes I can talk a little bit too much. You'll probably learn that on this trip.
Today we took a distinctly eerie experience of a beautiful abandoned fjord during the panoramic half-day boating excursion to an Icelandic ghost town on Hesteyri Island. It was a fascinating day.
I'm looking for whales. Yeah, I haven't found any yet. Even though she says there's a bunch of them.
The weather is good. But yeah.
When we arrived at the island, we dropped anchor offshore and donned life vests, and then climbed into Zodiacs and were shuttled to the shore. Okay. Well, here we are somewhere in, I was going to say Alaska, but Iceland.
I always wanted to see Iceland.
Iceland. And we're in one of the fjords, and we're going to go to some village that doesn't exist anymore.
And the water's crystal clear. Not that far up.
That's good.
Because the walk through some of the abandoned buildings was a little bit much for me, I broke off and went down the beach to go to the abandoned doctor's house, where I would meet up with the group later. And Virginia took some great shots, and let's see where they went. I know that those are human footprints, but what are these? So we went from the boat by a little rubber craft and then onto a raft in the dock, sort of, kinda, and then back on land. And we're going down the beach, down here, and we're going over to those buildings. Because the walk through some of the abandoned buildings was a little bit much for me, I broke off and went down the beach to go to the abandoned doctor's house, where I would meet up with the group later. And Virginia took some great shots, and let's see where they went.
To take the low road, and I took the high road. We had a little bit of a climb, but we took the path of those people that lived there long ago. And I found it interesting. There were tiny little paths that are almost eroded over to each of the little houses that are a little bit closer to shore. Can you imagine how good it would have been to only have maybe 10 to 12 neighbors, and everybody knew each other and everybody helped each other out and lived in this little paradise. Blue glass water, waterfalls every 100 feet until we ended up get the big waterfall, and that creates all of their power to the old doctor's house, which they are trying to renovate, and the ranger's house. We had a wonderful trip there. We did not see the fox, which we were hoping to look for, but we did leave and see the scrappings that the fox left. So beware if you ever take this trip. It's a lovely place to want to stay. And if you're a painter, you would just yearn to do a plein air painting there. Ah, if only.
That is quite a lot. But we are right now located in the old graveyard, as you might have guessed. And so all of the graves that are left here today are the people that used to live here or grew up here. But
another story was fascinating to hear. We learned the little brick monument that had the cross and now a bell was a church at one time where the locals would attend and go worship. One day a priest visited the island, but he saw this little church as something he wanted to take over to another community. So he dismantled it and took it over to the other community and made them very happy, but he left this community without one. So in order to appease the very angry neighbors that he left, he says, okay, I'll build you another church. As you see, this is all it was. They were still not happy, so he decided he would give them the original bell that was on the old church, and that was that.
So my name is Sverrir Bjarki Svavarsson. I am the second in command on the boat we are traveling with today, and we are here now in Hesteyri, in Hesteryafjord, in the glacier fjords. That is the northernmost part of Iceland. Yes, we are here in Hesteyri at the doctor's house, where we are getting some cakes and nice stuff.
Because the welcomes is fine because they've already booked all their itinerary.
You thought of it too late,
It's all right.
as usual. Ate it up.
Yeah, this area is an abandoned area. It hasn't been lived here since, 1962 or something like that. Yes, this is the ranger's house. So we are in a protected area. Yeah, so this is a protected area, so only people who live here or own land here are able to be here. So only a few passengers of the ships and travelers in Iceland get to come here and experience the nature and the peacefulness just of this area. It's that's usually what people are most happy about, the how quiet everything is. There's nothing disturbing the nature. Everything you do to the nature needs to be approved, so nothing bad happens. So that's great.
After our visit, the Zodiac came and picked us up and shuttled us back to the boat.
YoloAdventure.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you in the next video.
YoloAdventure, there's so much more.